What's good, y'all? Welcome to my review of this week's episode of SAO Alternate GGO. Overall, I gotta say this episode was really damn good. So yeah, let us begin. I also think this video is probably gonna be a lot shorter than the Hiroaka review because Hiroaka this week, whew, Hiroaka killed it this week. I still get to watch Persona and Darling in the Franxx is another story, but I would say out of the episodes I've watched today, I'd say My Hero Academia Taste the Cake for this week is like the best episode of the week. Or for Saturday, I guess I should say. Yeah, so, yeah, with all that being said and done, let us begin. So, we start this episode off with Len winning, like, the, I guess, entrance to GGO or spawn point where, you know, of course, after last week, she asked her friend, forget her name, as like, hey, you mind joining me to help take down, Pito? After M, you know, dropped the load down, and we found that M and Pito are a lot like Thanos and Lady Death from Marvel. If you have read the Infinity Gauntlet storyline in the comics, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you do not, well, then you're probably a little confused, and I also wouldn't blame you. And they're bad. Not that Thanos' backstory in the comics is actually a lot different than it was in the movie, and I also prefer this backstory in the movie than the comics. The comics kind of made him look not nowhere near as badass. But with all that said and done, no more discussing about Marvel comics and Marvel superheroes and shit. Let's begin. So we start that off though, with her with of course Len waiting for her friend. She then appears, she like spawns in, gets her avatar created, and everything. And I really think the music that accompanied this, the music in this episode was really good overall. And yeah, so she's like, you know, she appears, and then, you know, Len's like, oh, you're so cute, really cute. And she's like, really? And then she looks in the mirror, and she's like, oh my god, really cute. And then she's like, I'm a little bummed that I'm flat though. And so then this very suspicious individual, man that looks like he's in his late 30s. At best. I was like, oh, that's the F. They got his hands up and everything's like, that's the F800, that's the that's the F8000 series, isn't it? How about you sell your avatar to me in a cow and all? And he's like, what you doing, Len? Probably doing a good job reading the situation. Get to the fuck out! And I'm like, okay, like, that was such a nice callback to the original. To the Phantom Bullet arc in SAO Season 2, where, you know, when Kirito first got in, you know, this dude came out and be like, hey, that's like, I forget what was the same shit, I don't think it was, but it might have been different one, like, hey, can you sell me your avatar? And he's like, the kid's just like, nah. Nice little callback to SAO that wasn't even meant to be a callback to when Kirito found out he was a trap in GGO. Yeah. So then takes her. We see that Len and Miyu actually go to this bar. They, you know, Char's like her. She's like, "Oh my God, your stats are so high." She's like, all right. Oh, 1,000 credits, huh? That's the starter amount." Then she's like, "No, let me transfer some from my account to yours." And she's like, "No, I don't want you to do that. That's money from when you take me to that Elsa concert. When you take me to a fancy expensive sushi restaurant." It's like, "I never promised you that." And so she then talks, and then, you know, she talks about, like, you know, hey, about the plan, like, you know, it was like, hey, why don't we ask M to give us some more help around, to give us some more assistance on this? And she's like, I don't know. And then she kind of tastefully tell, like, you know, you contact, and while I go look up, I see if I can break the record for the most guys that want to pick me up. And then so we see her again, and then she wants to get, and then she says, like, oh yeah, I managed to pick up 40, I think it was like 46 dudes, which is probably the reason why. She's like, oh yeah, there's probably there's not that many female players here in GGO, and that's probably the reason why Len wears a cloak, is because she won't be bombarded by dudes that probably don't have the best intentions when they want to talk to her. So then she takes her to the weapons shop, where she finds this big ass grenade launcher in the window right where Pito's P900, I believe was a gun called, she found actually live when she got back last week. And she's like, oh, this gun's so big. And then she's like, it's ugly. Len's like, it's ugly. Oh, I'm like, oh, sorry, Len. I'm sorry, this gun is in bright pink. That gun is badass. And then goes on about it, like, you know, oh yeah, it can fire up to 400 meters and shit. And she's like, shut up and take my money. And then she goes up and like, wait, Len is trying to call her. She's like, wait, hold on. She's like, oh, don't worry, we got, actually before that, M actually left them a chest in a trash bin, in a trash can. And so they grab, there's a password on it, and so they enter it, and it's like 10,000, it's like 10 million credits or something. And then she talks about, like, when she's getting the gun. She said she could get 2 guns and all the ammo. She says, oh yeah, don't worry, we got a sugar daddy. Oh my god. The stuff about the sugar daddy stuff had me dying. I'm like, oh, I love SA. I like seriously, the comedy in this series. I love it. This is why I honestly say that this arc is better than GG and then the Fatal Bullet arc is because because it has fun. Yeah, it has serious moments at times, but it's more. This series is more or less. It's all kind of like all in good fun. It's more. It's a fun series, a nice fun from all the seriousness and depression and all the other shit that's in the main series. Which don't get me wrong, you guys know how much I love the main series of SEO, but yeah, I definitely like the more comedic tone, the more lightheartedness of the series. And so, actually, this happened while they were at the bar. Miyu actually explains what her name is, and I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. It's pretty much that she wanted a puppy, and then I guess the Japanese word for puppy is like Fuko or something along those lines. And she originally have a sparrow, so then she combined the two names into one, kind of like how in most series, like in how in SAO, Kirito and Xion combined their first and last names to get their to get their avid to get their usernames, Kirito and Xion. So back to where we are. Then we see after she bought the gun, she bought two of those fuckers. Like she's over here looking like she Rambo up in here. Somebody close Sylvester Stallone. And so then she's like, okay, let's test them out. So they got these monsters. They test them out. The guns were then and Len actually asks, like, hey, what do the prediction lines look like? So she tells her to show the prediction lines. They see the prediction lines, and then she's like, alright, let's practice you dodge. And she's like, huh? And so she fires, like, a few rounds, and then she starts dodging, and then she gets it. She's like, oh, good job, me. Yeah, I was scared. Like, this Squad Jam 2 is going to be scary, right? True. And so there's another tactic, and then she tells, like, no, there's a tactic she wants to try, and she's like, what is it? But she's like, but first we have to register for Squad Jam 2. We then head back to the real world, where we see Boss and her crew while they're in the locker room, which you think that, and they're getting dressed currently, right? Now you think because they're in a locker room, they're getting dressed, they would fan service the hell out of this, right? Surprisingly not. Like, even when we get the wide shot showing them that they are in a lot of them, they are cheating, they don't really close in on anything, on like the boobs, like show their really think it's kind of far away, kind of like a security camera on the wall, But the hell give this show props, like. We haven't seen any fan service by that one part in the bath last week. I mean, I don't know if it's just because this isn't done by A1, or I'm just too used to anime series always having fan service in it. But yeah, it's shockingly how there's not much fan service in here. So. Anyway, so then she tells her, like, alright, everyone, let's do our best. Len's coming in, blah, 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 blah. Let's do our best and win Squad Jam 2. So then after that, we get back to GGO, where we get this pretty much just training montage of other teams. They're going to be showing up with some, also some really great music in there. Like, now, I won't say the music is as strong as the main series, because I don't think the same composer that does the main series came back for the spin-offs. I'm not sure about that, but yeah, the music's pretty good, but I wouldn't say it's as strong as SAO as the main series was. And so we see like the Rambo wannabes are coming in. We got other teams that will also be joining the second Squad Jam. We also see Len and Mayu, as they do. We see in a montage of them kind of working together and their team up, and then we also see we also have some really good music back, some great music back. Like I said, guys, like I said earlier, the music in this episode was really damn good. I wouldn't say it's as strong as I wouldn't say what we've heard from the OST so far is as strong as the main series, but it's overall pretty good. I don't know if the same composer does the main series came back for the spin-off or whatever the case may be, or not, but yeah, music I definitely say it's definitely good, but not as strong as the main series. At least I don't think so. So then we skip to a couple days later, and we have a few top skits throughout this episode, where we then see the pretty much I'm guessing the day of when the Squad Jam 2. Actually, before we get to the montage, we see Len and Mayu actually at the bar again. And she pretty much just tests. She asks Mayu, hey, you know what this is, blah 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 blah. Thanks for coming in. And then we get to the time skip where we then see that we see them getting ready. Like Len's still in her pajamas, and she's like, all right, let's do this. Puts the thing on. Then we see we see Mayu over there ate 5 cartons of vanilla ice cream before she got in, and so then we see them, and then we get back to where everyone getting suited up for the Squad Jam, and then while that's actually going on, we see the teams coming in. We also see this one team I believe we saw them actually a few episodes get a few back during the first squadron. I forget any of their names. And they're pretty much, they find out when they see, like, okay, well, whatever. And then we see them when they find out that Emma's there, as well as Pito, the dude actually the leader of the group, knows who Pito is. They pretty much just regurgitates whatever what we already knew about her being a psycho, obsessed with death. Yada 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 yada, and then everyone's like, "Hey, where's Len?" I mean, it's kind of late. And then we see, and everyone's like, "We're like, is she not showing up, or not?" And then like at the last second, Len, and Mayu show up, and they're like, "We made it!" And then she's like, "Okay, can we get triggered?" Like, but then you'll get another case on the runs. That's why we were late the first time. And she's like, "Nah, I have to have my stomach. Now let's get drunk." Right before they go in, and so, but I don't think she got a drink before they went in. So then we get their stand at the end of the episode where they suit up and they got their guns. Are like, "All right, let's do it," and that's where the episode ends. So overall, really good this episode. Great art and animation, like usual. The music was also great in this episode. Voice acting spectacular. I'm definitely looking forward to what we're gonna see in the next Squad Jam. Oh yeah, we also then see Len actually interact with Pito a little bit, and then they're like, hey, good luck, blah blah blah. I'm not gonna hold anything back, usual. And then the last thing Len says to her is like, "I promise I will kill you." A nice way to end the conversation. Threaten their lives. I mean, I'm sorry. I just couldn't help but laugh at how she's done, and she's done it with like very seriously too. Anyway, so overall, I give this episode a 9.5 out of 10. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you feel like. Links are below. And as always, come back for more. See you guys next time.